Thanks for staying with us. So report has it that over the last 4 decades, human activities have greatly pushed some animal species to near extinction, with an estimated loss of about 10,000 species per year, accounting for the loss of half of the world's wildlife population. Pretty sad. Joining us on the show is the head Communications Nigerian Conservation Foundation, Mr. DAPO SONEYE. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
You can call us on 0708-0668-014. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read the tweets. All right, so when Mariam went to the Conservation Center, she came back with so many stories. You know, I've been there only once, it was many years ago, so I can't remember. But she was really impressed by the wildlife and the knowledge, the wealth of knowledge she got. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on the show. Because obviously we need to understand and appreciate the wildlife and the fact that many activities we do are pushing these animals into extinction. Could you tell us more about what the realities of our behaviors?
Okay, let me first talk about my organization, Nigerian Conservation Foundation, established about 40 years ago. So this saying that a man at 40 that is not wise will remain foolish forever. So if we have done a fool at 40 is a fool forever. So if you are not wise at 40, it means that you remain foolish. So all the things we have been able to do as NCF has shown that we have brought wisdom to the table. And we want us to continue in that wise. So what is the message? Primarily conservation. We've been creating awareness about environment conservation. We have been doing environmental education. Then we have been handling certain projects that have to do with the environment.
I want us to be specific because Nigerians don't understand this.
I'll break it down. As a communication person, I will speak, I won't talk technical so that you can understand it. Now, what do we mean? You know, sometime I was somewhere and somebody was saying, who actually studied environmental science in school, and said to me that issue of environment is not interesting. And because we don't really know what impact it has on us. I stumbled on a quote yesterday. Somebody said, environment is not an inheritance from our forefathers, but rather a loan from our children. It means that the environment we have found ourselves, or that we have, the nature has bestowed on us, is not something as if we inherit it. It's something that we have to guide jealously and hand over, nurture, and hand over to our children. Yeah. Because if we don't handle it very well, then we don't have anywhere to stay. Now, for you to survive, you need to preserve the environment. A very simple one I would take is the tree. The plants we have absorb carbon. So when I say carbon, for instance, the exhaust that come from the vehicles, from generators, and those are carbons from industry and all those things, all those smokes that go up, they are carbon in science. Now, the trees we have, the plant, they absorb those ones so that we can have oxygen. We can have. But when we keep on cutting trees, destroying this, it means that we don't have anything to absorb it.
May I ask it then? Okay, let me just ask in the way that I feel the layman will understand. A lot of people think this conservation conversation is an elite conversation. People that have money, so you are caring about trees in your house. See, I want to farm my land and I need to eat. Why should this conversation about conservation matter to me?
Because you are alive, because you have breath. So if you die, so how do you farm? And you cannot survive if you don't have air to breathe. So, and it's not just breathing, not just taking in air, it's to take in clean air.
So in doing that as a farmer, what would you tell me to do? So I am conserving as well as farming to feed myself, yes, to survive.
I know that it's not all lands in Nigeria are under reserve, like the Lekki Conservation Center, that you cannot go there to do so. It's a reserve, meaning that the wildlife, the plants are not there, they're reserved. You can't do anything with them. There are some lands that are available for people to farm. In fact, state governments are making lands available for people to farm. In those lands you are farming, you're not expected to cut the trees that are there. You can farm and see. So even the plants, when you say you farm, you cultivate the ground, you will do it in such that you come back to meet the land useful for you.
Okay, so I want us to be a bit real here. How possible is conservation with what we have on ground in terms of civilization? We have a problem of overpopulation. People need to live in houses. Bridges need to be built. You know, we have to be able to survive the environment. There's a lot of construction going on, we need space. The truth is some people still don't have years. Urbanization is taking over. So how possible is it for us to be able to conserve at the same time, you know, be in line with civilization?
Let me say that Nigeria is blessed with people. Those of you on the table, I believe that you're very educated, and a lot of you have traveled abroad. So we see how things are done. If this country develop, for instance, Germany and others, the FAO says recommended that each country is supposed to have a minimum of 25% of its forest reserve. We don't have that. What we have now is probably maybe around 5%. We have destroyed what we should reserve. So how do they do their own and they still have the 25%? It means that they take the knowledge serious and they're doing what is expected. Sometimes when you want to do construction, especially the major projects, you do what we call environmental impact assessment. That was one of the problems we had with a state government at the time when we went to construct a flyover bridge, that we said, okay, the EIA that was developed, yeah, you need to implement it. Some of them will do it, but they don't implement it. We are not saying that you should not construct. Okay. We are saying that let us do it sustainably. For instance, I have a piece of land I want to build. So within that plot of land I have, I also have a space that I have a tree that I plant. I have little plantation, vegetation, and others. Because when you emit carbon, these are things that we absorb the carbon. So that's a simple thing.
Okay, so since now where belle face Africans the quick face, how can we promote? Because in those days, cash crops were serious of serious importance to farmers when we were agri-based. Just the way these cattle rearers would die for their cattle, an average farmer would die for his cash crop. Now we're promoting green, going green and everything. If we could just be giving seedlings for, you know, proper cash crops like cocoa, you know, anything that we can export for exchange, maybe people would love and understand it because and be part of it easily. Or don't you agree?
Yes, I am aware that government is making doing, apart from giving loans for farmers, making lands available, they're also giving some seedlings. I'm aware that is purely agriculture. Also, part of the project we do, that one that we have completed like Calabar, we go about giving people seedling or some things land, and then we do teach them on some of the animals that you can domesticate. Because we are also dissuading the mind of the people for going into the forest to go on killing, hunting, you know. This thing we say that people want to say they want to eat bushmeat. That's also...
We should save the bushmeat.
Yes, we should save the bushmeat. Because, for instance, if you end up killing all the animals, there's nothing for history, there's nothing for heritage, there's nothing, you know, for the ecosystem. They reproduce, but do you know the rate of reproduction? Do you know how we go into the forest to kill all this, how we hunt? When you travel, you see it along the road, people begin to carry, come about bushmeat and all this.
Let me ask you a question. Are you advocating that everybody should plant a tree? Because I want us to be clear on what our message is. Yeah. It's important that we all plant a tree. Because I know the former governor Fashola was tried to this tree planting initiative then. And I think you also got involved in some last year. So plant tree, that's one. Number two, the issue of animals. Many of us, we're in Africa now. Every animal is a witch. Cats are witches and everything.
Not so every animal.
How do you advise us? I mean, you've said the bushmeat, stop killing bushmeat. What other steps can we take? Which ones can we domesticate, and which ones? And how do we conserve the ones that we have? With the wildlife that we have.
If you see chicken and kill chicken, nobody's going to arrest you.
Okay.
There are some animals that are allowed, you know, that you can easily get, like all those cow and others, you can easily buy and others. Right. But when you begin to go into the forest and begin to kill,
that's the problem.
That's the problem. Because we have what we call endangered acts. Endangered species acts that is there. Although some of these laws, it's not only that one. Even in Lagos State, I have found ourselves that certain laws that are not really being implemented, or there is no proper monitoring or something.
So stop eating bushmeat, pretty much.
Yes, that's minimum. Yes. That's message.
Now, we have. Okay, as a lawyer, she has something you can. Well, she has had now that you have to stop. And the reason is because we don't know the rate of killing. We don't know how many you have killed within 1 month and those ones. So if we end up, for instance, there was something I said somewhere. I was somewhere maybe last week or so, and I told them there was a species of lizard that was discovered at Calabar. That species of lizard was named after a professor. They have not found it anywhere.
Wow.
The popular Ibadan malimbe was also discovered in Ibadan. That is a species of a bird called malimbe. It's all over the world, but there is one particular one you can find that was first discovered in Ibadan. If they have killed that, how would they know that they have the species?
Okay, let me take this call from Bimbo. Has been holding for a while. Bimbo, are you there?
Good morning, Mariah.
Good morning. Go ahead, please.
I'm not going to talk about the conservation.
Okay.
I'm talking about Sanusi.
It's your view. Let it count.
Anyway, to start with, I'm Yoruba and I'm Christian. And I don't think I've been to the north.
Okay.
So when you have people like us supporting Sanusi, then you know it's his word that's resonating with all of us. I think the constitution needs to be, they need to amend it somehow. Because when you have a man with such integrity, everything about tradition or is...
Ooh,
We
oh my
lost
God.
that
Bimbo,
call.
do try to call us back.
I have a
I just
question
wanted to
for
ask you a
you.
question about the conservation. There was a particular, when I came, you talked about a certain vulture
Okay.
that is almost extinct and the role it plays in nature.
Oh,
Please,
that's
could you
good.
just
You know,
explain
they
that?
mentioned cat as a mother, they said they are winches, you know. We did a documentary and we did Voice Pop and we discovered that we asked people, what do you know about vulture? What can you say? People say, vulture. That's, you know, growing up, you always want to say, you know,
shopping
see,
dead bodies.
vultures, they may not look nice, they may not look beautiful
They
as
don't
you
look
are.
nice.
But the truth is that vulture is a species of bird that carries out an ecosystem service that no other bird can do. What do? They feed on carcasses, dead animal. So if we leave dead animal and we don't have anything with it, then that would be spread of disease. Then when there's spread of disease, then we are dying. So God, in his wisdom, has created all these things for us, to help us.
Yes.
Then we go ahead and we are killing vulture at side like this, sighting that you kill them. In those days when we were growing up, at abattoirs, you see vultures everywhere. These days, if you go around, in fact, I was part of the team that conducted a research in Southwest States. We went around and we began to visit vulture and markets, and we're trying to see. You could hardly find a single vulture.
They don't chop them.
And people are killing them. People are killing them for meat. People are killing them because they hate them. People are killing them for no reason. I need to say it on here. Thank God for this opportunity. We need to stop killing vulture and every other bird. And because if you don't stop it and this bird goes into extinction, then we are dead. Because we have more disease spread.
Yes,
What of
that's
owls?
because
Nigerians kill owls a lot.
my
Is that
neighbor
because-
caught owl, go and lay egg in the roof. He cast and bind it, put it on.
I know. You see, we are getting that bird. I love it so much. Do you know why? That's still the only bird that will turn the head.
360.
Wonderful. And is a nocturnal, is
Amazing
outplayed
creature.
mostly at night. So it's love. I don't know why we don't appreciate these animals.
We have to start
Please
suspecting
show-
you now.
Yeah.
May I even ask? Let's even
animals,
talk
let's
about.
let's have come in.
Let's even talk about the benefits of conservation, because I have been to countries where I know that they make a lot of money
Yeah,
by having people
ecotourism.
coming exactly to visit and see those animals that you don't naturally get in your own habitat. So what would you suggest that we do as the government? What would you suggest to the government in order for them to make, because we are still looking for money, we want to generate revenue to be able to sort our minimum wage and all of that. How
use
would you,
conservation?
use conservation to make money for?
Okay, let me first appreciate Lagos State government has invested so much in Lekki Conservation Center. The suspended bridge we have, which we call Canopy Walkway, was built by Lagos State government, Raju Fashola's time. Until now, we still have, and there is a program we normally do in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment, we call it Work for Nature in October. So some other governments too have also been supporting in the program. On Monday, I was in Owerri to celebrate World Wildlife Day in partnership with the Imo State government.
Okay.
So we need to thank. Now, it means that Lagos State government in particular understand the importance of ecotourism. Now, what do government need to do? Presently, there's a wildlife park in Imo that the community people are asking that the government should release the land. They want to sell it because they did not understand or appreciate the conservation. And now government need to come in to explain to them what they stand to benefit. They don't see it then. One, when you conserve this thing, like I said, those trees there will absorb carbon. If you want to do it, if you come to our Lekki Conservation Center, just spend a few hours. You see the air you breathe is totally different.
What's outside?
I love this.
So we need that. And then these animals are preserved. Then you can see something. You know, although when you come, it's not say we don't have
to
other
go and
animals,
break
but the truth is that you can
Your
easily see
monkey that
monkey
are stealing
Yes.
when you come to
And
our
the,
center. But there are
geese
other
or
animals that are
something.
there.
Okay.
You may not see crocodile, you may not see snake,
I
you
saw
may not
some
see,
birds,
but they are
some
there.
rare birds.
But so when you see them in their natural habitat, they do also. I
appreciate
don't know
them
how you
better.
feel. You should get excited. You're happy
And you
because
make
these are
money.
Just go and
animal.
break
Yes,
peace.
so you make money.
Okay, I think I have
Money
a
is the
call.
issue.
Hang in there, let me clear. Do you have a call? Thanks for calling. Go
Hello.
ahead, please. Yes, go ahead.
Hi.
Good morning. My name is Jibril calling from Berlin.
Yes, go ahead,
I'm a
please.
first-time caller.
Thanks for
Welcome
calling.
to the show.
Actually, I want to say about Lamido, about the
It's your
former-
view. Let it
the
count.
former king.
Yes, go ahead.
About the situation going in Nigeria, because I'm not really happy. I'm really everything watching the news of what's going on in the north about the Al-Najiris. What's going on in the north about the Al-Najiris. I think our government has to look about this issue because the way things going on in Nigeria is really, really bad. As for me, I've been in General for like 3 years, but if everything is okay, we don't have to go up to abroad to hustle. There's nothing in Nigeria. Please, our government should do something about it.
Okay.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciate your work on your view. And
Thanks for your call, Jibril. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Look, I have to go on a quick break, I think. But I think if we don't do anything in this show today, we must tell Nigerians, especially those who kill animals. They don't. Once not a dog, I think they kill cats.
Yes, they
kill
kill
cats.
dogs too. in
Oh, they
some
kill
areas.
dogs?
Yes,
Yeah,
in some
and you
areas.
get to Ondo, you eat a lot of
They use it
dog.
for
then
pepper
it's,
soup and
So
all
we
those
need to
stuff.
stop. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Oh, very good. Staying.
Welcome back to Your View.
All right. Final comments on
Yes,
what
I
you want
just want-
Nigerians to do. Yeah.
Yeah, so my question is, a lot of us are old and we grew up on everything is a witch. How do we make sure that these young ones coming up have a different mindset? What is
Okay, that's
your
where
foundation
environmental education comes in. We have a unit that is saddled with that responsibility that's been going to school, set up conservation clubs in schools. So if you have any, maybe your school that your children are, you can inform us. We'll come set up. Higher institutions, a lot of universities have conservation clubs in their school presently, and we also invite them to visit our
So when your
project
kids, yeah.
centers. So it's not only the conservation center that we have,
Okay.
but that one is owned by us. We have others. We have in Finima, there's 1,000 hectares. We have all over Nigeria. We are even planning to set up one very soon in Abuja. So when we set up the conservation club, we invite those schools, they come to the center, they see it beyond what we tell them. And then we also train the teachers to know what to do about activity.
So the day my son saw like a grasshopper or something, he kept it and he was so
Excited.
excited and he wanted to keep it. And obviously, when some people came into the house, Kimbo Wele. Some people, you know, some people now. But is that the right approach? Do we let
How
kids
do we
begin to love
encourage
animals, or
children?
do we really acknowledge that these animals can actually be very dangerous, or can actually be?
I don't think grasshopper.
No,
they should allow the children. In fact, it's even good for you if you have your children that they're interested in environment, in animals. Now, it's
They should have pets?
Yes.
They should have
No,
pets.
if the one that is allowed is allowed, but of course, we are not encouraging pets or caging animals.
Okay,
No.
that's it.
Our own is let them be.
Leave them in
The forest reserve we have, the animals and their natural habitat are not there. So you can also
Anyways.
join us in this activity by becoming member of NCF. So you can join. When you visit our website, www.
Hey, no, man, you're not people. Please don't cause in trouble. I beg. Thank you very much. We have to run.
Because this is not something one person or one organization can do. So
They'll Google
we
it.
need-
Google it and find it. They'll go and search for it online. All right, we have to run. But thank you so much for
coming.
coming on the
Really
show.
appreciate.
But I think we should tell those of us that are binding and casting. Please, if you see a bird, let it go.
Nigerians are too spiritual and we are over spiritual. And we are not spiritual.
We're not spiritual, we're
We are
religious.
only religious.
So leave the
We
birds.
don't know
let them be.
anything about
But
God.
if you catch an owl, can they bring them to you?
Yes, people come, they bring them, snake at them, and we reintroduce them into the reserve.
Oh, that's
Yes.
good.
If you see an owl, or call the numbers you've online,
Yes.
and then they'll come and pick up the owl themselves. And put them in the
Vulture.
proper
Yes,
vulture.
anyone.
Anyway, that's all we can say. Come on, show. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.